Policy is the general objective that guides the activities and relationships of one state in its interaction with other state. That's what foreign policy. So one policy designs one policy. Each country designs their own foreign policy to contact, because it's a guideline. It's a guideline how to make relation with other countries, how one country can make relation with other countries. That's what foreign policy means. It's also the development of foreign policy. It's influenced by the domestic considerations, because foreign policy are constructed or designed or created based on the influence of the domestic considerations. The domestic policies, like national interests, are taken into consideration during the design or during the formulation of the foreign policy. So the policies or behavior of other states or plans to advance specific geopolitical design is also included in the foreign policy. So it's a guideline. We can say it serves as a guideline for one country to make a relation. One country need or to design foreign policy to make it formal. That means to make a formal foreign policy. So here we have another point also: international conflict negotiation. Whenever a conflict happens, then they will come to negotiate, and negotiation is another unique characteristics of the international relation, because the relation is for the sake of cooperation, for the sake of harmony living. So if a conflict happens, or if things like war happens, then they will come up to negotiation and to solve their own problems. Nuclear proliferation. The nuclear proliferation is the spread of nuclear weapons. Its weapons are applicable nuclear technologies, and the information to nations to not recognize as nuclear weapon states. This is to stop countries from owning nuclear weapons, because nuclear weapons are very bad, and they are harmful. They can destroy the world. They can destroy countries. They can destroy the infrastructures and developments that already installed or already working among countries. So for the sake of protecting this nuclear proliferation or owning nuclear weapons in other country, the international relation is very important to manage such kind of things. International relation is very important. So it's often argued that the danger of the proliferation of nuclear weapons will be greatly increased if the present trends in the development of uranium enrichment technology and in the greater use of fast breeder reactors, because countries are running to own nuclear weapons for their own, for the sake of their own security, for the sake of their territoriality, sovereignty. So there are some countries owning the nuclear, like, for example, 9 known, officially already known countries which currently have nuclear weapons, like USA, United Kingdom, Russia, France, China, India, Pakistan, Israel, and North Korea. They are officially known that they have a nuclear weapon. So it's not recommended that every country should not own the nuclear proliferation, because whenever a conflict happens, or it can lead to this war, and if they use nuclear weapon, it could destroy among each other, and it could also affect other people or other countries. So nuclear weapons are the most dangerous weapons on Earth, because one can destroy a whole city, potentially killing millions, jeopardize the neutral environment and the life of the future generations through its long-term catastrophic effects, because the dangers from such weapons arise from their very existence. Even Japan is still suffering, because what happened between America and Japan in the history, still the new generation right now, being the new generation coming from Japan, are in problem because of that nuclear weapon. So the world, the international community proposes to measures to strengthen the international security standards on the storage and transport of these nuclear weapons, to stop countries from spreading or producing such nuclear weapons. That's very important. Let's proceed to the international trade. International trade, it's the exchange of capitals, goods, and services across international borders or territories, because there is a need. Why international trade is important is because the need and want of goods and services, because that can be the one part of the national interest of one country, because goods and services are not available, are not accommodated only in one country. So different people might need goods and services from other countries, so for the sake of exporting and importing. So most countries, they have their own relation with countries to export the products that they have, a surplus products or excessive products, and at the same time to import if they have shortage of materials within their own. Well, the international development is also related with the international development is related with the IMF, with Amnesty International, and with the international trade. So the trade is almost to boost the development of the international society are among the subjects of or the issues that are related or involved in the study of the international relations. There is no what we can understand from is it's very huge, it's very vast. International relation is very huge, so defining international relation is a little bit complicated. So for that reason, we are just trying to see at a glance. Today, so in international relation could be used to describe in the contemporary time, that means right now, in the 21st century, its international relation is used to describe a range of interactions between people. It could be groups, firms, institutions, parties, nations, or states between this and governmental international organizations or non-governmental organizations. So originally, the study of international relation is used by in 1798 by this philosopher Jeremy Bentham. He advocates that international law was, international relation was the study of law, the study of history and philosophy. He considered it because we have various definitions for international relations.
This is all for this video. I hope you got it helpful, and thanks for watching. See you in the next video.